So you guys know that I stopped off at 2007 for top 5 favorite horror movies of the year, and instead of going to 2008 and going up, I'm going to go back. For 2 reasons. The first reason because I need to do a little bit more homework and dive into some more movies around 2008 and 9. It was a really weird period for me when it came to horror movies. The second reason is I really want to talk about 2018 because in my opinion it turns out to be one of the best years in horror that I can remember. So as always, this is my top 5 favorite horror movies of the year 2018, and there are still movies that I have not seen from this year. I've seen a lot, but there are some that I still have not seen, so as always, dropping your list and letting me know yours is always appreciated. Coming in at number 5 for me is actually Puppet Master: The Littlest Reich. Now this film came out and I did not buy it for like 2 months. I just kept sitting on the shelf, and I unfortunately did not love the latter Charles Band Full Moon Puppet Masters. I thought the series had run its course. And while I didn't think they were bad, I just had no interest in watching more. But something about this one, I kept saying, this looks a little bit different from the producers of Bone Tomahawk and The Meg. So I was like, okay, so is this a Full Moon movie or is this something else? Finally watched Puppet Master: The Littlest Reich, and I could not have been more entertained and happy with this movie. This was a fresh take on the series. It kind of just Halloween 2018's it, so to speak, and doesn't really even talk much about the first movie, just tells the story about Andre Toulon in the beginning, and then, you know, it's like this alternate reality in a sense. So maybe it's not like Halloween 2018, but it's a repurposing of the title of Puppet Master and restarting it over, and was a home run for me. This movie featured hilarious over-the-top gore effects, funny characters that really entertain you throughout. Lovely Barbara Crampton makes an appearance in here, which is always a plus for me. And highly, highly, highly enjoyable. This movie had so much replay value. I've watched it a couple times. So Puppet Master: The Littlest Reich does make my list, and it goes the extra mile. Definitely check this movie out. Whether you're a Puppet Master fan or not, you don't need to see any of the Full Moon ones to enjoy this. Get this movie, enjoy this movie, and give it a shot. It is a great, great little movie. I was not the biggest fan of Suspiria when I was getting into horror, as opposed to my wife, who loved the movie and would always press it on me to rewatch it. I've since gained a great appreciation and love for the original Suspiria, but this remake I enjoy even more, and that is the Suspiria Remake. Now, this movie was absolutely gorgeous. The way this movie carried on was breathtakingly beautiful. The way the women started contorting and stuff when they were dancing, it was like a fever dream. It was like something I had never seen, and this movie was absolutely a dark, harrowing, beautifully haunting movie. The Suspiria Remake is absolutely fantastic. If you have not seen the Suspiria Remake, it's one of my favorite remakes ever made. I absolutely adore this movie. It is worth your time, and it has some really insane practical stuff at the end of the movie. It's this great build up to like a volcanic eruption, and the story takes twists and turns that I was not ready for. I loved the Suspiria Remake. Coming in at number 3, I never thought I'd have this guy on my list, but you know what? He's just making some really cool movies. That is Mandy. Mandy was another film that had this groundswell. I would hear people talk about it, and I was like, why are these horror fans watching a Nicolas Cage movie? Finally looked at the back of this when I was at Walmart, and I was like, this sounds really cool. Mandy was a fantastically beautiful movie, a really, really creepy vibe to this movie, and it's incredible. Like, I don't know why I didn't see this in the theaters. I don't remember if it went to theaters or if it just went straight out to video, but Mandy is amazing. I love this movie, and it just came out of nowhere for me and hit me like a hammer. Mandy, I love this movie, guys. Definitely check out Mandy if you have not. So coming at number 2, these next 2 movies are 2 of my favorite horror movies ever. I never have made a top 10 favorite list ever, and I don't know that I could, but with ease, I would put this movie in my top 10 favorite ever. For number 2, it is Hereditary. I don't know what else I can say about Hereditary that hasn't already been said. Ari Aster made one of the most compelling horror movies I've seen in a long time. Ari took a theme in horror that is almost as old as horror itself, possession and demonic spirits and stuff, and made one of the most compelling, insanely haunting, spooky, nightmarish movies I've ever seen. And he did it with a great cast, a great script, great scenery, a perfect house, and perfect characters. Hereditary absolutely is one of the greatest horror movies, in my opinion, in a very long time, and I have to say, if you have not seen this movie, what are you waiting for? Coming in at number 1 may surprise some people. I've talked about this movie a little bit, but not a whole lot, and it's a movie that grows on me with every watch. This is what I love about horror movies. the almost silliness with characters, but the beautiful visuals, the entertainment value is always the most important thing for me. Above being scared by a horror movie, there's 3 things I love: being scared, being creeped out and being made uncomfortable, and being entertained. And this movie entertains me to no end. I can watch it at the drop of a hat, anytime, anywhere. I love this movie. It's a great slasher film, in my opinion, with great characters, and that is Hellfest. Hellfest is a movie that has a cult following, has its fans. Some people pass it by. Some people don't love this movie, and that's fine. I can't convince anybody to just like this movie, but for me, Hellfest is what I love about the horror genre in so many ways. It has everything I like to enjoy. It feels like it's my personality in a movie. The silliness, the funness of this movie is just absolutely perfect to me. I love the story. The haunted house seemed very authentic and real, and it was just a lovely horror movie, and I can watch it anytime with my buddies, whenever, whatever. I can watch Hellfest. I love this movie. Of course, there are many honorable mentions that could be brought up, guys. Halloween 2018 was not on my list, and that's not because I think the movie is bad. I, above all, love fresh movies, creative ideas, creative characters, an experience that I can't relate to anything else. And because Halloween Teen is a franchise that has so many movies, while I like Halloween 2018 and I'm looking forward to more movies, nothing excites me more than a fresh movie that is a word-of-mouth thing, and I'm like, oh, you gotta go check that movie out, it was really cool, and I know nothing about it, and those experiences are something that I can't enjoy more than anything else. I really can't. So that's why my list is what it was. It was all movies that were fresh takes for me. They were fresh ideas and extremely well experiences. 2018 I thought was a really good year. So as always, this is Christian Hanna Horror, guys. Please let me know your list. Drop them in the comments section below. Give me honorable mentions, your top 5, top 10, whatever you want to do. I love seeing movies that didn't make mine, especially if I didn't see them, because it gives me something to go watch. So thank you guys for watching this video. This is Christian Hanna Horror, and we'll see you guys next time.